Hi there, you are joining Jocelyn and me at the big Goodwill. We both picked up this little plastic donkey, but we both didn't buy it. I'm not sure if something went in there. It seems like something would have gone in there. And this was a very fancy lady with her umbrella. And then what's better than bacon tape? I can't think of anything. Well, maybe bacon. Bacon would be better than bacon tape. And this was very pretty. I looked up the name on the bottom of this piece, and it is kind of like a telefloral, or you would send flowers in this. It was very pretty. A nice piece for spring, but I decided to leave it there. I liked how the flower was on one side. And then this, I really wanted to buy this, but I could not get the lid off. Jocelyn could not get the lid off. It was stuck on there, and I didn't feel it was worth trying to bring it home and not be able to get it open. And then these pieces reminded me of this glass, and this glass is the same style of glass that my gram had, and these remind me of her. And I have been able to find 3 of them at 3 different thrift stores, and I'm trying to slowly gather a collection of these. So that little snack plate reminded me of the same pattern, and some of the newer pieces on this glass is kind of iridescent, like the snack tray. So that's why I showed you that, because that's what my thinking was. Oh, these remind me of my drinking glasses. These were very big and heavy. These were paperweights, not paperweights, bookends. Very nice. Both of them were there, but the sheer weight alone, I think, would deter people from buying them. This was a cute little box of bears. They were made in China. They look like they were tumbling bears or bears in different positions, little angel bears. So I decided to leave those there. You might have seen this in Jocelyn's video. This is a very large chip and dip plate. I thought it was cute with the cats on it, but again, very big, very large, but still fun to look at and see who the maker is and what it is. On the bottom shelf, they had a huge box of ties. They were individually priced, and these could be used into different things. Stuffed animals, skirts, but because they were individually priced, if they were maybe bagged, I probably would have thought about buying some, but I left those there. And here was a souvenir box from Mount Rushmore. I remember when I was younger and we had a family reunion, and my little cousin, who is a grown married man now, he looked through Mount Rushmore, and he must have just been focused on their noses. And so I remember him telling his folks, I see big noses, I see big noses. So for years and years and years, we referred to Mount Rushmore as big noses. This was a really cute vintage made in Japan dog, but unfortunately he had a broken back leg. And this little sheep was cute. You could put a succulent in there, you could put your earrings in there, but I left them there. There were these 2 dolls that were knitting, which I thought was neat because I just started knitting again. I needed to knit. Say that 3 times real fast. Jenny a new hat because she had outgrown all her hats, and so these ladies were knitting, so I thought that was fun. And then this probably went into a plant. Little bunny rabbit.
Hi, happy Easter.
And I like hobbyist pieces, but I did leave this guy here. He was, he was giving you the thumbs up, but this was beautiful, and this was more of a rescue attempt, and I did clean her up. I wanted to rescue her before her ponytail or her hat got chipped, and I did put this in my cart. You'll see it in my cart, but it wasn't up until I got to the checkout that I noticed his left little tuft of fur was chipped, and it was pretty noticeable if you turned it to the side. This was neat. This reminded me of Jenny's piano teacher. It was made in India, Bell. And then this, I was thinking, oh, whoa, this very small game of putting the rings on this. It was $2.99. It was pretty. I like the colors. I kind of like the old, Fisher-Price plastic ring one. That's the one Jenny had. And I remember the first time she put all the rings back in order. It was amazing. It was an amazing day. This was very pretty. And I almost picked it up because I do like getting blue glass. But it was blue, and then it was clear, and then it really wasn't that blue again. So I left that there. They had huge bags of Legos. I don't really deal with Legos or know much about Legos, so I left those there. And This bird looked like my cat had gotten to it, and his feathers needed a brushing. It's kind of wet looking. And then this was pretty. This was Three Rivers Pottery, and here's some recent comps for the picture. $12 to $14. And then this was cute. I thought about these, but they were $2 a piece, maybe if they had been grouped together. So you're already $8 in. But then I saw this, and Jocelyn and I both thought that this looked like the Canadian pottery, Blue Mountain Pottery. I'll put the correct name up here on the screen. It's not marked, but it is giving off those vibes very strongly that this dolphin was made in Canada. So I decided to get that and put it in my cart. They do have all of their holidays out. They have some Halloween out, and in the little bit of Halloween they had this little hobbyist piece I thought was super cute. So I decided to get that. And then these chili pepper lights reminded me of my time in Arizona. My mom used to decorate with chili lights at Christmas time. I'm checking out who the makers are on these mugs. And then on a cart, there were these tiki salt and pepper shakers. And I thought they were neat. They were a nice size. They don't have any chips or cracks. So I decided to put those in my cart as well. The look and style of this ashtray caught my eye, and then I turned it over and it said it was marked Gabriel, Sweden. It does have some wear, some surface wear from previous use, but I really like the looks of it, and it cleaned up nicely. There were these two cups that I'm going to show you a little bit. There we go. Kind of got the design in there. I thought they were pretty, but I left those there. And I'm seeing what this is. Interesting vase. And an I Love Kisses. That could be Hershey Kisses or Kisses Kisses. And they had a whole bunch of mugs. A whole bunch of them. And someone really liked their yogurt, because there were a whole bunch of the glass yogurt containers here. And this was a sweet little toy, but unfortunately it was missing its back legs. The Queen Buzzy Bee. I saw this candle and Jocelyn saw it after me and she really liked it. And I think she ended up getting that. Oh. Do, do, do. Do, 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 do. And with these pieces, I was seeing if they were letter openers, because I have sold paper mache letter openers in the past. Unfortunately, I don't think they were paper mache, and one of the ducks had broken off of the letter part opener. And with this mug, we're going to say aloha to this Goodwill and on to another one. I have listed these already. I've sold those that you saw, but Mickey and Minnie are still for sale. I usually like to list things after I show it in a video, but because Valentine's is quickly approaching, I listed them right away. So for the most part, I try to list things after the video is made public so you can see if there's anything that you like. And these were Capiz shells, I believe, and I could not get them out of that box. I even put the camera down and tried it with both hands, and I could not do it. This was a sweet little hobbyist piece. If it was in the fall time, I probably would have taken it. I just thought it was sweet how he was sitting there with the W sit, not crisscross applesauce sitting. Here was an interesting bell. It kind of looked like a skirt, and then it had a yellow handle in the shape of a heart. So I thought that was interesting. Here's a very close-up. Hey, we know what these are. These aren't bookends. Of course, this one has a veterinary sticker on the bottom of it. That's cheating. I know what they are now. If you have watched me for a while, you know what I'm talking about. I thought that they were bookends with secret compartments, and they're not. They're for your dear departed loved one, your little puppy or kitty cat. So sad. Try not to talk about it, but at least I knew what they were this time. And I left it on the shelf. Here was another wooden box. This one was not for your cremains, but it was a sewing box in there. And then I'm going to show you later what this looks like. This is a blanket, a tapestry blanket. This is a local college, Millersville University. And I picked this up simply because it was in the original box, and I thought that was pretty cool. It's not going to sell for a terrible amount of money. I think I do have the only football one that's up for sale on eBay, so there's that. And then I turned around and looked at the blankets again, and I found this piece. I will show you later what it looks like. It's pretty cool looking. And then they were restocking, and I found this in one of the bins. The music box does work. It does show its age, but it does work. And then I wanted to add on one more trip to Goodwill. This is the same Goodwill, but a different day. They were restocking, and these are hand-beaded flowers. It's beautiful. Then they were restocking, so that's why I didn't film anything. These are white poinsettia salt and pepper shakers. This is a Bill Job candy maker house. Took me a little while to find out the name of that little house. These sell very well. And this, I thought, I like it, even though I've never had a Doberman. And it does have Florida on it. It did have Florida on it. That fell off. It was loose when I got it. So I just took the Florida off completely because it was kind of half on, half off. So now we are shopping the shelves. It's always exciting when they're restocking and you walk in and you're like, whoa, I need this, this, and this. This is very pretty. I thought this would be pretty also for Valentine's Day. That's another reason why I wanted to add this little shopping trip to this video so I could put it up in the eBay store. There are sometimes I do shop without filming, but I do like to show you what I have. I think it's more fun that way. Jimmy is with me. He's looking at these notebooks. We decided we didn't need those notebooks. I think this next piece is a reproduction of what is supposed to be an antique paper bag display for the counter. That's what it looks like based on my research. So this was very pricey when it was first sold, but I think it's a reproduction of a bag display. And this was pretty. This was a made in China piece with the applied fruit and flowers on it. Thought that was nice, but I decided to leave that there as well. There were these open salts in amber glass. If they were blue or red, I probably would have picked them up, but I did leave the amber there. And I thought this was adorable. I've sold this style of bear before. It was probably made in Japan. It cleaned up wonderfully. He was very grimy, but he had to have lots of soapy baths, and now he's very clean, you will see. These Avon bottles are still here. They're hanging on. They're waiting for the right person to come in. They had some blue glass. I thought this was pretty. It was like a bottle, but it was etched. It is a bottle. It's not like a bottle. It is a bottle, and it was etched. I thought that was pretty. And then this is contemporary. If this was more vintage or more like a person had, you know, like an individual maker, artist had made it, but this was mass produced. And I was afraid the wax would like break because it had been in that position for a long time. Do you know what I mean? This was pretty. I think this was a bird feeder. Had that mid-century modern style to it. And this reminded me of a child's plate, but it probably was for a wine bottle, but it had that design of a child's plate. And then they had some of these little figurines here, and I thought, these are interesting. They look like they were Norwegian or Scandinavian. And then these two, I think they were from Colonial Williamsburg, and then we were back to the Scandinavian people. And this was interesting. I've never seen this. It was a souvenir, obviously, from Ellis Island. I'll make sure that didn't fall. And here's a little vintage girl figurine. And if you wanted to make a turtle and then pull them apart and eat them, there was your mold. And then here were some handbag handles for making handbags, which I've sewn handbags and knitted handbags. Those would have come in handy. Jimmy's checking out the coin bank thing. I looked at this just the other day. This is still here. It doesn't have a signature on it, but it probably is crystal glass because just the sheer weight makes me think it is crystal glass, but it doesn't have a maker's mark on it. You can make some easy money with that coin bank machine. And those were just marbles for your aquarium. Then this is Temptations, and I normally don't pick up Temptations. I think I have one Temptation piece for sale in my shop. But because Easter's coming and spring is soon going to be here, and they both had their beaks, I decided to pick up this little salt and pepper shaker set. This was pretty. This was an oil lamp. It was a nice color, nice design on it. And then I pulled the wick out a little bit. And if they had more than one of these switch plates, I might have picked this up as well. And these are some handmade washcloths. These are pot holders and washcloths. I've made a ton of those. Those were nicely done. And I've seen if there was any chocolates in here. And there weren't. It was empty. And I thought, wait, this insert doesn't go in that mug. I am holding on to the insert. I think it was a votive holder, just like a glass. So I took that out. And here was a souvenir piece from Virginia, a little plate. We're in the clear glass section, and Jenny does collect these, but I did not get these because her collection is very big and very vast and takes over most of the piano. That was neat. It was a witch. And then they had some sand art. I have sold sand art before, but the back was very ripped, and it was a larger piece, and it had that mark there that I'm showing you with my thumb, so I decided to leave that there. And we are going to finish out with, that's a little music box, trinket box that Jimmy found, and this Gold Digger sign by Ray Dunn. So some inspiration at Goodwill was found with a gold digger. Up next is everything I got on these 3 trips to Goodwill. I'm also going to show you the other musical box. You can tell by the sound on this music box, it is older than the other piece, but it's in very good condition considering its age. It still plinks out a little tune. She does have a chip on her thumb, but she's not letting that bother her. And here is the throw that I told you I would show you. This was made in India, and it is 100% cotton. And here is a look at the Millersville University blanket. It's in very, very good condition. If you went there or are going there, this would be perfect for you. Here is everything else that I picked up. Thank you so much for your support of my channel and subscribing and commenting. Thank you to everyone who wrote that it was Don Quixote, that little figurine that I wasn't quite sure who it was. I had a sneaking suspicion it was Don Quixote, but all of you confirmed my suspicions. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're having a great day. And I'll see ya.